Spiritual energy and our minds work together if we believe they can. I was born into a long line of suppressed female souls who wanted to keep your spirits down, following a set path of pregnancy too young, forced marriage, and lost ambitions. Always made to feel, what makes you think you're good enough? As a child, it was easy to believe in a spiritual essence or support, and that for me was my imagination and colourful dreams, where my life was surrounded by nature, woodland animals, flowers and bright lights, where anything was possible, and I could fly high in the sky, overlooking the beauty of the world and absorbing its positive vibes. This is what gave me purpose on the dark days, hope in the dark moments, and love in the depths of despair. Being a young person, I didn't recognise that this was anxiety or depression. It was not something that was ever talked about. It just felt like a dull, dark presence holding me back, and I was determined not to follow the life path I was expected to, but didn't have the confidence to follow it through in total. During my education as a child, I was passionate about drawing and writing, only to be told by my art teacher in secondary school that I had no talent and would never be any good. As a child, unhealed, adapting and learning how to prioritise the comfort of others over themselves. It was a survival instinct and the right thing to do. But I didn't realise this until I was an adult in therapy. They say everything happens for a reason, and this may be a cliche, but it's also so true. Growing up in a family where expectations were rigid and dreams seemed to be out of reach, I learned to shrink away, numbing myself to the pain that threatened to consume me. We get wise through pain, experience, learning, and struggle. My childhood felt chaotic, hard, painful, toxic, and emotionally traumatic. I don't doubt I was loved, but it felt conditional and rigid, where I retreated as far into my own inner world as possible. I learned how to soothe and support myself and how I was expected to fit my family's image, be a people pleaser and forget my own needs. Believing I was never good enough no matter what I did. Love was about meeting the expectation of others. My worthiness in life was measured by others and how well I could follow the orders, even if it didn't seem fair or make sense. My emotions were my weakness, with no safe space to explore or express. If I tried to express my truth, labelled too soft, toughen up, stop feeling sorry for yourself. I learned how to shrink away and numb myself, keeping the peace as the years went by, moving further and further away from who I truly was inside. Believing I deserved a better life if I worked hard, kept myself safe, and avoided getting pregnant while I was too young. Suppressing my emotions led me towards episodes of depression, anxiety, and painful health episodes before I understood what was happening in my late 40s. I was terrified of confrontation. Knowing now that I'm deeply sensitive, empathetic, spiritual, and emotional, which are all part of my superpowers and my true spirit. As the years passed, I carried the weight of my past like a burden, suppressing my emotions and sacrificing my own needs for the comfort of others. My worthiness in life was measured by others and how well I could follow their orders. My emotions were my weakness, with no safe space to explore or express them. I learned how to shrink away and numb myself. And it was only when I became a mother that a fire lit inside me to ensure that my daughter had a different experience from what I had growing up. I wanted her to know love, freedom, choices, and follow her dreams. To be proud of who she was, finding her passion, feel safe and loved for who she was. There came a low point in my life when I realised I needed to heal myself from dark places and commit to learning to love myself to be the best version of me. We grow and expand from things we feel get in the way and challenges, however big or small. But it wasn't until I reached breaking point, facing the emptiness of my existing and responsibility of guiding my young daughter through life, that I realised something had to change. It took a life-changing moment for me to realise that my life was empty. And I owed it to my young daughter to prove that I was strong, independent, resilient, and able to make a better life for both of us on my own. After my divorce, it took 2 years to learn how to love myself and start to date again. And after meeting a wonderful man and being able to recognise our souls connected, my life began to change beyond recognition. In learning how to love myself first, I became stronger. And this change is different for everyone because it depends on their own experiences and life situations. But before a big change, foundations need to fall. Life can be chaotic and messy. It gets worse before it gets better. Well, what makes the difference? Knowing now that I'm deeply sensitive, empathetic, spiritual, and emotional, and they're all part of my superpowers. In learning to work on my higher self or spiritual guidance team as an adult to step into the person I always wanted to become. Make choices guided by my inner self. I found that when I fought against this and went with my thoughts and not my gut instinct or reactions, then life became awkward and I had more struggles. Being guided through life lessons and guided by my soul. That was my moment, my time to evolve, to know that there was more to me and I had purpose in life. To always make choices guided by my inner self. Moon cycles are linked to us, and I wanted to learn more. No more fear of admitting my desires, interests, or needs. The new moon planting seeds of growth, ability to dream bigger and set new intentions, the things that you want to let go. And full moon, reaping the rewards, releasing expectations, and letting go of what's holding us back. But recently, something profound happened. Let me ask you, have you ever felt a spiritual shift? I want to tell you of my experience, which had a profound effect on me after a time of feeling heavily weighed down in the presence of a new moon arriving. This is about a dream. There I was, standing in an old historical landscape a stately home in the countryside, surrounded by lush green countryside, but not able to look outside. In a dark, eerie building with thick walls and high ceilings, desperately trying to find a way out. Then something shifted inside of me. It felt like a sense of change in the past to align with the future. It felt like a gentle whisper from the universe, nudging me to understand myself and my purpose better. Let me share my own journey through such a profound experience. My life was like a tapestry woven with threads and self-doubt, overwhelm and too many thoughts and ideas. But within the depths of my soul, a spark of resilience flickered. Despite the darkness that surrounded me, I found solace, a sudden strength in character, making uncomfortable decisions and changes that would seem crazy to an outsider looking in. Feeling like I'm aligned with my destiny, no longer afraid to change and take risks. Raising my hands in front of me with a sense of energy, an inner warmth and glow as I watched those strong, thick walls crashing down and feeling at peace. Feeling the presence of my energy, that I was there to help others to lift their fears and misconceptions. Knowing life will change for the better in time. Just keep moving forward, believing, working towards your goals, and knowing with a sense of purpose and clarity. I may not know have all the answers. I may not know all the answers. I have a glowing warmth inside my heart that knows the truth will be revealed. Waking up with an immense feeling of self-confidence and self-awareness, triggering a positive aura around me in a way that I've never experienced before. Just knowing it was a cosmic shift without any question. A sense of fulfillment, pleasure and optimism. Getting a bright light that awoke me so I could absorb the feeling. And as I lay in bed and the dream unfolded, I felt the wave of energy wash over me, as if the universe itself was reaching out to touch my soul. I found myself feeling awake, refreshed, optimistic and full of joy. A newfound freedom where I felt a warm embrace and a sense of purpose. Making decisions that once seemed impossible, guided by an inner knowing that pulsed within me like a beacon of light. There I was on a threshold of a new beginning, my heart filled with gratitude for the journey that had brought me to this moment. For I had come to realize that the true power lies not in the darkness that seeks to hold us back, but in the light that shines from within. So to anyone who has ever felt the stirrings of their own spiritual awakening, I say this: embrace your journey, for within the depths of your soul lies the key to unlocking your true potential. And when the winds of change come calling, may you have the courage to spread your wings and soar. As we come to an end of the podcast journey today, I want to leave you with this simple reminder. You are not alone on your path of self-discovery or spiritual awakening. Each of us carries within us the power to embrace our true selves and step into the light of our own authenticity. So as you go about your day, remember to listen to your inner voice, to trust the wisdom in your soul, and always believe in the magic that resides within you. And you may find comfort in knowing that the universe is always conspiring in your favour, guiding you towards a life filled with love, purpose, and endless possibility. Thank you for joining me on this journey of exploration and growth. Until next time, may you walk your path with courage, grace, and an open heart. Blessings to you on your journey ahead.